Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, classmate. I am John Sedrick Roncal. My topic, ma'am, is all about the early waves of globalization, the Silk Road, and mercantile capitalism. Like modern globalization, the Silk Road also ushered in a merging of languages, religions, and cultures. In fact, many historians argue that the greatest impact of the Silk Road was not the spread of products, but the spread of ideas. The Silk Road was hugely beneficial for early civilizations. However, today, some argue that globalization has gone too far. Merchants who charted the road stopped for goods in villages, which eventually became huge cities like Venice, Istanbul, and Aleppo. Whether or not you agree, the globalization is good. The speed and volume at which goods and information move across the world, it is unprecedented in history. But global exchange itself is older than we think, reaching back over 2,000 years along a 5,000-mile stretch known as the Silk Road. The Silk Road was not actually a single road, but a network of multiple roads that gradually emerged over centuries, connecting the various settlements and to each other thread by thread. The first agricultural civilizations were isolated places in fertile river valleys, their travel impeded by surrounding geography and fear of the unknown. The impact of globalization on culture and economy is indisputable. But whatever its benefits and drawbacks, it is far from a new phenomenon. What is mercantile capitalism? Mercantile capitalism is an economic system as well as a political system that operated between 1500s and the 1700s in Europe. And within the system, we will find the mercantilism itself. What is it exactly? Under mercantilism, a country's wealth was determined by the accumulation of gold and silver. The idea was to gain more and more power through wealth. Mercantilism was also based on the colony system. Indeed, the countries of Europe were supported by their colonies in such a way. Mother countries were taking the raw materials of the colonies and used their industrial capabilities, their manufacturers, to turn them into manufactured goods. Then they will sell back these manufactured goods to their colonies at a higher price. This was called the triangular trade. The system was working because the colonies did not have the industrial capabilities to transform their raw materials. Also, the colonies could not sell their raw materials to one another. They were forced to sell to their mother country. The words and rules that were controlling this economic system rules such as the Navigation Acts of England, though stipulated that all the girls could only be transported by English ships. This was called the absolute monopoly. As we already know, the colonies could only sell their goods to their mother country. England will tax by imposing a duty on all non-England goods that were being shipped to the colonies. So at the end, mercantilism was also a way to control colonies for the European countries. But mercantilism also transformed the social status of some people. For example, the business bourgeoisie such as tradespeople, factory owners, and bankers were the big winners of the system. In fact, the kings were sending them some money to help them with their businesses because they were participating in the enrichment of the kingdoms and had a bigger role in state affairs. So mercantilism then really transformed some social statuses. It is important to remember that mercantilism is a result of mercantile capitalism, which is an economic system. That's all for today, ma'am and classmate. Thank you for listening. I I hope that you I hope po na nagets nyo yung aking presentation.